this is another story from the edge of hypnosis and NLP. I'm Wesley Anderson, Doctor of Clinical Hypnotherapy. I was doing a presentation to about 50 teenagers at a conference that was being held during the summer at Emory University. And I mentioned in passing that I worked with a lot of people who had rather unusual fears. And a young black lady in the audience stood up and said, "Do me, I've got an unusual fear." And I said, "Well, what's going on?" "Oh, well," she said that she was afraid of being touched by other people's feet. And I had to admit that was an unusual fear. And she told me their family tried to help her get over it, so they took their shoes off and they all put their feet on her. Of course, she and made things worse. They didn't really know. And I said, "Well, you know, when someone has a fear, that the only way to recreate the fear is to send a series of impulses, neural impulses through the brain the same way every time. And if you run them backwards, then that scrambles the pattern and the person isn't afraid anymore. So here's what I want you to do. Imagine somebody's got their feet on you and then run it backwards where the feet are moving away from you. And the internal dialogue is going backwards like you're running a video backwards. She kind of smiled. And I said, "Well, you know, what is feet backwards anyway?" "Teef." "Oh no, Teef!" And she laughed. And then she lets me know, I know things are getting better, but she lets me know that she's not done yet. So she came up to the front of the room, and I shook hands with her, and when I did, I hypnotized her, because I didn't have a whole lot of time. Now at this point, she's crying, she's sweating, she's trembling. And of the 50 teenagers in the room, you could have heard a pin drop. They were all completely quiet. And so her hand is out in air like this, and I told her to move it towards her face. I asked her unconscious mind to move it towards her face, only at the same rate at which it eliminated that fear, resolved the issue, took care of it completely and thoroughly. And so her hand's moving like this, little tiny unconscious movement. And then another student or two comes in from the next group. They got there early. So I asked her unconscious mind to continue the process of resolving this issue, eliminating the fear, unconsciously in the back of the mind, while the conscious mind did what she needed to for the rest of the evening. And then when she made those arrangements, to let the hand drop, so her hand went down. And I got an email from her the next week. And she said later that evening, she went to brush her hair out of her face, but her hand wouldn't go all the way up. Well, she wasn't done yet. And then later on, she was able to brush her hair out of her face. And she let me know that she had decided to go into psychology and to practice as a hypnotherapist herself. Sometimes very simple things can be done with hypnosis and eliminate a profound and debilitating fear. It can be that quick and that simple, sometimes, if you know what to do. This has been another story from the edge of hypnosis and NLP. I'm Wesley Anderson, Doctor of Clinical Hypnotherapy.